Hey everybody. Geez, I just filmed one of these. This is another one for January games I beat for January and February 2022. So yeah, I think I said last time these were the first games in the new year. Those were games in November, December, which I just recorded. Those were games from the last year, the end of the year games I beat. It was quite a longer video than this will be. These are the first games I actually beat for the year of our Lord, January, February 2022. So I started last month off with a 360s thing game, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to play new 360 stuff. That lasted about a few months, and then I went back to the old NES and I played through Adventure Island 3. So Adventure Island 1 is very tough. I never beat it. Adventure Island 2, my friend Brett had. I keep mentioning him. And it was cool. It was an improvement. You had dinosaur buddies. And I beat that a few months ago, maybe last year. Adventure Island 3 is more of the same. If you were to blindfold me and say which one's which, this one looks a little better, and it adds a green dinosaur, which you see Master Higgins in here. By the way, Master Higgins is a true hero. I mean, that's the body of a hero right there. That's how we all look, you know. We don't look muscular like I had Golden Axe 2. That guy was ripped. This is how we are. A little pot belly, riding a dinosaur, out a boomerang with aliens that come down and kidnap your girlfriend. That's a great. That cover art tells you all you need to know about the game. If you played any Adventure Island game, if you played Adventure Island 2, then you probably played Adventure Island 3. You have a boomerang weapon this time. You have a new dinosaur buddy. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. It gets harder near the end. You'll be playing the same levels over and over. I think the last few levels took me a while to beat. Side-scrolling platform with great music, good charming vibes to it. Very tough near the end. One-hit deaths, of course, unless you have your dinosaur buddy to take an extra hit. And there are secret entrances and warp zones in this one, which I don't know if the second Adventure Island had. So if you go to a certain area with the dinosaur buddy, you can hit a wall or something, and go in the door and go just warp. There'll be a dinosaur that says, "Do you want to warp to the next area? Skip the boss altogether?" Sure, do that. So you can go through the game relatively quickly, I guess, if you know the warps. Later NES title, I think, and there was a fourth one as well, which we didn't get, which I think improves upon this and changes up the formula. It's like a side-scrolling action exploration gated adventure game, Metroidvania, or search action game. Adventure Island 4 I want to play sometime. I'll have to get a ROM of it maybe and give it a shot. We stuck with the NES. In this game, I know I played on stream and everybody hated it, but me, I found this quite fun. Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom. It's I want to say MSX game that ported to the NES in 90 or 89, 90, something like that. Much later, they added some certain areas just for the NES game, like mazes, I guess, because they thought it would add more to it. But it's basically like, think Shadowgate, but not as with a more charming, whimsical realm of the Salad Kingdom, with these farmies are taking over, and the onion people are trying to raise the farmies to take over because they don't like the cucumbers or something. And Princess Tomato's kidnapped and betrothed to the King Onion's prince, and because she's kidnapped, the king dies of sadness. And you come back, and you're as a warrior, and you are gonna save princess, and you meet like Percy the Persimmon, who's like basically tells you he's like your Navi from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. He follows you around and tells you like hints if you ask him, and it's broken up into chapters. And what I like about this, much like those adventure games where first person, you see the screen, you can move forward, backwards, search everything. You got to search everything and search everything again, because sometimes you have to search something 3 or 4 times before you actually find it, which is kind of weird. What I like about this is once you get to a chapter, any item that is not needed will just... Percy will say, "Oops, I dropped and lost this stuff," and that means you don't need that stuff. So you don't have to worry about having inventory of stuff cluttering up that you'll never do I have to keep this? No, it just gets rid of it at the end of the chapter. The music in this is banging. It's a great soundtrack. Each chapter has its own theme. So a lot of people, like, afterwards they said that game was so boring, like it had the same music. No, it didn't. I'm looking at you, Turbo. It didn't have. It's just because I was taking my time in each chapter that you heard that same song over and over again. But each chapter has its own theme. The NES version had it added these like little dungeons where you go like first person dungeons and you fight like a little boss with rock paper scissors. The rock paper scissors part was kind of, you couldn't lose if you just kept hitting right or whatever. The only one you could lose at the last battle I hear with the Onion King or whatever, or the Mad Onion guy. Really fun game. I'm glad I finally beat this game. I do want to play another one of these games. I beat Shadowgate Uninvited. I want to beat Deja Vu sometime. That would be cool. Just two more here. This is a short video, guys. I played Metal Gear Solid and beat it for the first time. My friend, when I used to work at the game store, his name was... oh God, how can I forget his name? Greg. He bought this for me. He said, play this. So I don't think Greg's watching. I kind of lost touch with him. But Greg, I finally beat Metal Gear Solid. I'm gonna try to be nice on this game because I enjoyed parts of it. I thought the story was funny. I don't know if it was supposed to be, but it was funny. I thought, looking back, and when this came out in, what did it say? 1999? Like, I was playing N64. There was nothing like this I could play on N64. It was cool. I enjoyed it enough to go through it, but there was some frustrating parts with, like, the stealth took me a while to wrap my head. I can't just run and kill people. I have to be stealthy? Like, what? And I kept dying over and over again at the first part. There were some frustrating parts, especially with the stairwell and fighting the bosses. That one boss in the tank was frustrating. I got some help on stream, I think. Spencer actually helped me out. He was watching me. Spencer, who's RPG Archive, part of the Button Mappers. He stopped by. He said it was an entertaining stream to watch me play. So I'm glad it was entertaining for everybody else. But I just couldn't get into this game as much. I mean, I got into it, but it was just so frustrating for me, especially the stairwell part. I don't know, I'm glad I played it, but I don't think I'll ever play it again. But it might be your cup of tea if you like stealth, action, humor stuff. It's okay. I didn't understand what was going on in the story much. I picked up little bits and pieces of it. Metal Gear Solid, finally played it. And beat it. So that's good. That's my first Metal Gear game. Now, I'm surprised I haven't played the NES version of Metal Gear first. So at the end, during February, end of January, February, I went into a big rabbit hole and I wanted to replay Dragon Quest VII again. Because the last time I played the PS1 version of 7 was back when it came out in 2001. I was like 21, 22. And I played the 3DS version twice since then, but I wanted to play the PS1 game again. I love this game. The beginning of it, I like, and a lot of people don't like, but it's unlike any other Dragon Quest game, there's like a puzzle dungeon you go through. You don't fight your first slime for a few hours, and sure, it's slow to open, but man, I do like this game. It's slow, but it's broken up into islands, so you're not supposed to like bang it out. You're supposed to like do an island, stop, do something else, come back, play it in little chunks, and I think it's broken up enough. The class system's great. The stories in this really hit to your heartstrings. The story of the Black Rain, the town that everybody dies, and the kid resurrects, and he meets the old guy that was there, and then they go around the world helping people, and then the guy with the statue, the priest statue, and he's cursed to always like go to town, and then the monsters kill the town. There's a whole love story in that one town with the maid and the two people, and the other rich woman loves this guy and she doesn't love him. But they want to elope, so he poisons the dog, or it's a really ghost play. Very some of Yuji Horí's best and most darkest stories are in this one. Has great humor, great puns. And when this game came out, I had not played a Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior since Dragon Warrior 4 on the NES, and that was 92. This game came out in 2001. I was at my first job, and I remember this game, waiting bated breath for this game. Bated breath, that's a nice thing. But I remember waiting and being so excited for this. I left early for lunch, went down to a little, like, shop in Pittsburgh, like a arcade store. Like, I say arcade, but it's in, like, a building, and it has, like, shops, arcades. And they had it, I forget if it's even there, but I picked it up day one. I remember taking it back to work and, like, secretly, like, because I thought, man, is anybody going to think I'm, like, weird for liking this or anything? I was, like, looking at this and being so happy, looking at the back of it, being like, man, I have not played a Dragon Warrior game, because it's still going by Dragon Warrior game, in years. Like, I was 13 when I last played Dragon Quest 4, Dragon Warrior, 12 or 13 when I played Dragon Warrior 4. Now I'm 21, going on 22 or so, and I'm playing another Dragon Warrior game. I still have my save file for that game, over 180 hours or something. Man, what a game. Completely sucked me in again. It goes slow sometimes, which is the main complaint. I understand that. I understand why people don't like it, but man, if you want a game to suck you in and really just dive into and enjoy the stories of this game, and this game is if you like RPGs and haven't played Dragon Quest VII, it's on the 3DS, and also the phone version is pretty good, I think. Man, this game. And the graphics, I want to say I like the graphics. I like that they're 2D and they're sprite-based. I like the monster design animations. They're some of the best sprite work that I think Heartbeat did. Heartbeat did this game, and then they left on a sabbatical because there was so much work, and they never came back again to do another game. In fact, they were going to do Dragon Warrior 4 coming 2022, a remake for the American release they were going to do, but they never came back from sabbatical. They broke up after that because this game was so tough for them to make. A big script. It has party talk, which at any point you can talk your party. It has multiple different scenarios where they can talk. The amount of work that went into this game, it started development in 95, 96, after Dragon Quest 6, which we never got, and it came out in 2002. I understand people think it looks dated, but man, no, it's. I think it looks great. And some of the best sprite work and monster designs, sprite work and monster enemies you'll see. And probably my favorite PlayStation game, to be honest with you. Is it my favorite PlayStation game? I haven't played a lot. I mean, it's the one I played the most now, that's for sure. I put over 150 hours on this one and 180 in my other, so that's over 300 some hours in it. Yeah, great game. I will say the cast is a little weaker than the other ones, and I don't like Kiefer, and for reasons you'll find out in the game. And I like the other characters enough. Maribel grows on you. Yeah, great game. I'm talking a lot about it. Sorry, I'm getting back on a Dragon Quest again, but and look at this game. Best-selling Japanese PlayStation game of all time. Yeah, I could sing this game's praises all the time. I know people like to give it grease, but it's a good game. And that's everything I beat for, what is this, January and February 2022. Not a lot, because, Dragon Quest VII was in there, and I was playing, that takes up a lot of time, but I felt like replaying it, so. Anyways, guys, I'll say it again, have a great spring, and I will talk to you all soon.